Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself, James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself, James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going better than fantastic. And your journey to self-betterment is going better than fantastic too. And that journey to self-betterment has some things one must realize about the world around them and those in it. There are some really kind people out there. There are. Because you are out there. And you. Flawed, yes. Made several mistakes. Yes. But you are trying to do the best that you can. Which is what's so important. But what you have to understand and know is there are lots of people just the same that aren't like that. And they aren't outwardly mean-spirited. However, they spend years, decades and even longer planning the control and dominance over other people. Using covert manipulations. By getting people to walk right into the trap and to hand over their power to this narcissist or these narcissists. In my last video, I talked briefly about this fact. And there was a really good and accurate comment left by one of my subscribers along with follow-up comments to this comment. The comment reads, "Thank you, James, realizing they're capable of planning long-term is an important aspect to consider. Yes, people are literally programmed by sources of entertainment to tell them what is normal. And first I want to say thank you for this comment. And it really hits the nail on the head. Many people see evil as one and done surface level behavior. It happens and we move on, and so do they. That's not so. You see, narcissists have learned. At least the smart covered ones. The best way to get what they want is to use time and the slow drip method. Here's an example to understand using a one-on-one dating or marriage type relationship. When you first met this person that entered your life, they treated you well. You had a great time. They were fun to be with. Loving. Kind. And seemingly understanding to your problem. Which this understanding thing I want to talk about in another video. But they pretend to care about your every problem. They even offer all kinds of help. But something is happening. Either at this very moment or a few months later when they pick their first argument with you and cry and make up. They are already slowly telling people behind your back some things that aren't very flattering about you, that aren't true. Or are half-truths that make it end up being a lie. And the reason why they are doing this is the narcissist knows that even if they are with you 20 years, they want no one on your side when they are ruining your life. When they are taking your house money and cars. And when they are taking your son or daughter from you in family court. These people, when they are professing love and enjoyment on the first few months of getting to know you. When you feel like nothing could go wrong. They are already setting you up for when they take you down 5, 10 or even 20 or 30 years later. And it happens. There are a great many that say they were shocked. They thought they would get some understanding and some support. But instead they got cold looks and no help. Because the narcissists set the groundwork for their success years and years before. Well, let's think about television, movies and music. There are certain people that pick and choose what you get to see and what you don't get to see as far as what choices you have on your remote. Unless you just turn off your television. There are people that determine what is played on your radio. Now, just like I said at the start of this video, there are some awesome people out there. There really are. But there are also a lot of people that aren't good people. And that have a narrative and agenda to turn people towards evil. Or turning people into what they are. Or getting people to saddle up to and with an evil person and have their lives ruined that way. And it doesn't matter if it's a one-on-one relationship. Or if we are talking about masses amounts of people. And the people out there that aren't awesome people, they tend to get jobs just like the awesome people do. But what happens is even there, the not so nice people do what they can to gain control over such workplaces, so much so they marginalize and get rid of those that would give anyone that has a fair voice some power. So that's why you see so many people that have empathy and love say they can't take corporate jobs. They can't stand the metaphoric backstabbing, the mind games, and the evil they have to deal with every single day. Well, that's part of the long game. Because the more people feel like this, the more they will leave for other jobs. And that will leave the control in the hands of those that love to push evil ideas, narratives and thoughts. Now, I'm not saying all here, but enough to make a possible change in how people think and react within society. I have a question for you. What do you think would happen in society if marriage was shown to be something that should be honored and respected? And leaving someone for reasons such as being poorer or sick, which are in the vows. Especially if it was something the other party couldn't help. If showing this as something to be shameful if you left someone for these reasons. And it was done in a clever covered way showing these things. Don't you think over time, you would see people say they want to get married? And don't you think you would see more intact homes and marriages? Maybe. Well, years and years ago, that's what was on television. But then something interesting happened. Divorce was starting to be shown little by little. So much so it started to become funny jokes in sitcoms. With people smiling and laughing about it and treating it like it was a normal and expected thing. Then you look at society now, and most people you and I know that have been married have been through the divorce metaphoric meat grinder. Well, what if the same could be said regarding narcissism and how people have and show empathy to others? It seems we live in a society where empathy is seen as a literal weakness. Now let me say this. It can be because narcissists can and will use your empathy against you to entrap you into bad situations. Which is another topic for another video. So it is something to be mindful of and careful with. But you aren't weak because you know how to love someone. You aren't weak because when you see someone hurt you feel sorry about the situation. And this was something that was shown to make someone healthy and normal. Someone that had little to no feeling for the pain of others. Was something professionals could use to identify potentially troubled people in society. Now things are flipped around. Those people with less feelings are being held up as a success. Oh, they can be cold-blooded and do this and this and this and become such a success. And people are cheering that. But where does it come from? Take a look around yourself. You've been fed a steady diet of this for years. And if someone grows up without guidance and without love, and they see these examples on television and movies and music, they might be in some serious trouble. Now the follow-up comment to this first one left we just talked about said, I think that the surface has only been scratched to what the devil is capable of, and I bet him playing with good people is entertainment to his empty, dead, lost corrupt soul. This is so right. And what I was talking about in my last video. And what I've been mentioning for years. Narcissists love to corrupt decent people or people trying to get their lives together. Satan wants to see you stumble and stumble and stumble. So you end up meeting a narcissist over there that messes your life up. Or the person that actually loves you falls for the lies of a narcissist at their workplace, just like Satan lied in the Garden of Eden to Adam and Eve. And this narcissist gets the love of your life to turn against you and against the good path of God. Now the reply comment on this comment thread mentioned. People are more lost than they realize, as they think the way they see others act and recurring relationship changes, cheating, etc. is normal when they've only been desensitized to live so selfishly by programming. Again, it says it all. The more people see this stuff, the more their heart hardens and easier it becomes for a great many to do evil to one another. Because narcissistic programming can and oftentimes happens in the family home of origin. But that's not the only place it can happen at. They can get you through many avenues and ways. They are always trying to ruin your life and the lives of others. And the last comment on this thread states, the Bible calls these people reprobate. The Bible speaks of two species, the children of God and the children of the devil. These humanoids are simply evil, either demonically infested or outright possessed. Be blessed in Jesus' mighty name. And it's so sad but so true. It's a spiritual battle. Evil is always looking for ways to make it so you as a person that is trying to do right can't do right. Because if you are stuck in family court or depressed because you are unable to see your son or daughter over lies, you are struggling to have enough money to even buy food, and you feel spiritually broken, they know. Evil knows that you will be just one less person able to spread the good news of God's love, to share the good news of the gift of family and a happy life. Evil doesn't want that. So please, look under the layers of things. Slow things down. Ask yourself some questions. And pray to God for discernment. He will guide you and love you. With that said, I thank you for the comments. Great discussion. Because the more we share, the more we grow. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.